Whether you're looking for a big screen for your home theater setup, a smaller TV for your bedroom, or simply want the best picture quality out there, this video has you covered. We'll be reviewing some of the best OLED TVs available on the market right now, and I'll be sharing my personal experience testing each one. Be sure to stick around because all the TVs I mention are linked in the description below for easy access. And before we get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more in-depth tech reviews and recommendations. Now let's get straight into it. First on our list is the LG C3, which comes in at $1,500 for the 65-inch model. The LG C3 is well known for delivering exceptional picture quality, and I can confidently say it doesn't disappoint. The OLED panel offers those deep blacks and vibrant colors that OLEDs are famous for, making everything from movies to sports look amazing. The LG C3 is powered by the Alpha 9 Gen 6 AI processor, which optimizes both picture and sound quality in real time, so whatever you're watching or playing, it will always look its best. I put this TV to the test by watching a range of content, from high-definition nature documentaries to fast-paced action films. The details in dark scenes were incredible, and even bright, colorful scenes looked vivid without being oversaturated. During gaming, the 120Hz refresh rate truly stood out, making for buttery smooth gameplay with zero screen tearing or lag. I tested this TV with a PlayStation 5, and the responsiveness was fantastic, with low input lag that made competitive gaming feel more precise. One drawback, however, is the audio quality. While it's decent, especially for casual viewing, I would recommend investing in a soundbar or external speakers to really get the full home theater experience. Comparing this to the LG C2, which we'll cover later, the LG C3 does provide improved brightness, but if you're on a tighter budget, the C2 offers almost similar performance for a slightly lower price. Overall, the LG C3 is an excellent option if you're after a premium OLED TV that offers fantastic gaming performance and stunning picture quality, though it is on the more expensive side. Next up, we've got the Sony A90K, priced at $1,400 for the 48-inch model. This is one of the smaller OLED options on this list, but don't let its size fool you. It packs a serious punch in terms of performance. The Sony A90K is powered by Sony's cognitive processor XR, which uses advanced AI to adjust the picture and sound to make it as immersive as possible. I tested the A90K with a variety of content, from action movies to animated shows, and the colors were absolutely stunning. The cognitive processor XR works wonders, especially with HDR content, where the details in both shadows and highlights were impeccable. One of the coolest features of the Sony A90K is its acoustic surface audio technology, which essentially turns the entire screen into a speaker. While testing, I found that this made the sound feel more integrated with the visuals, adding to the immersion, though it's still not a replacement for a dedicated audio system. I also ran some gaming tests on the A90K, and it performed really well with its 120Hz refresh rate. Games were smooth and responsive, though I did notice that the A90K isn't quite as bright as some of the larger OLEDs on this list, like the Samsung S90C. If you're looking for a smaller OLED TV that still delivers top-notch picture quality, the A90K is a great choice. Its main downside, though, is the price-to-size ratio. At $1,400 for a 48-inch TV, you're paying a premium. But if you've got a smaller space like a bedroom or office, the A90K might be worth it. Now, let's talk about the Samsung S90C, which is one of the biggest TVs on this list, measuring a whopping 83 inches and priced at $2,800. If you're after a true home theater experience, the S90C should be at the top of your list. This TV features Quantum HDR OLED technology, which combines the deep blacks of OLED with the brightness and vividness of quantum dots. The result is a TV that not only has excellent contrast but also gets significantly brighter than most traditional OLEDs. When I tested the S90C, I was instantly blown away by how massive and immersive it felt. Watching movies on this TV was like being in a theater, and the brightness made even daylight viewing a pleasure. The Neural Quantum Processor 4K in the S90C also does a great job of upscaling lower resolution content, so even older movies and shows look crisp and clear. I also spent some time gaming on this TV, and it handled everything I threw at it with ease, thanks to its 120Hz refresh rate and low input lag. Fast-paced games like racing and shooters looked incredibly smooth, and the large screen made it easier to spot details that might get lost on a smaller TV. When compared to the Sony XR A95L, which we'll discuss in a moment, the Samsung S90C offers better brightness, making it a better choice if you're watching in a bright room. However, The A95L has a slight edge in terms of color accuracy. The biggest downside to the S90C is its price. At $2,800, it's a serious investment, but if you've got the budget and the space, it's hard to beat for home theater enthusiasts. Moving on, we've got the Sony XR A95L, which is priced at $3,300 for the 65-inch model. This is Sony's flagship OLED TV, and it definitely delivers in terms of picture quality. It uses QD OLED technology, which allows for richer, more accurate colors compared to traditional OLEDs. I tested this TV with a mix of HDR movies, shows and games, and the colors really stood out. Whether it was the vibrant reds in animated content or the deep blues of ocean scenes, the A95L handled everything with precision. It also features Acoustic Surface Audio Plus, which, as I mentioned earlier with the A90K, turns the screen itself into a speaker. I found that this worked even better on the A95L, especially when watching high-action movies where the sound needs to match the visuals perfectly. The cognitive processor XR ensures that the picture and sound are optimized based on what you're watching, and I have to say, it makes a noticeable difference. Gaming on this TV was fantastic, with smooth motion and minimal input lag, though it's worth noting that the Samsung S90C might be a better option if you prioritize brightness. The A95L excels in color accuracy and sound integration, but at $3,300, it's also the most expensive option on this list. If you're willing to pay for the best possible picture quality, this is the TV for you, but be prepared to invest. Next, we have the LG G4, priced at $3,100 for the 65-inch model. The G4 is part of LG's Gallery series, and it's designed to be a showpiece in your living room. It's incredibly thin and meant to be wall-mounted, almost like a piece of art when it's not in use. In terms of picture quality, it's very similar to the LG C3, with the same Alpha 9 Gen 6 AI processor and OLED panel. However, it does offer a slight bump in brightness and overall design. I tested this TV with both movies and games, and the experience was excellent across the board. The G4 handles HDR content beautifully, with excellent contrast and vibrant colors. Gaming on this TV was also great, with smooth performance and no noticeable lag. When compared to the Sony A90K, the LG G4 offers a larger screen and a more premium design, though the A90K's acoustic surface audio still gives it a slight edge in terms of sound quality. The main downside to the LG G4 is its price. At $3,100, it's expensive for a 65-inch TV, but if design is important to you and you want a TV that looks as good off as it does on, the G4 is worth considering. Finally, we have the LG C2, which is priced at $1,300 for the 65-inch model. The LG C2 is one of the best value options on this list, offering excellent OLED performance at a more affordable price point. It uses the Alpha 9 Gen 5 AI processor, which is slightly older than the processor in the LG C3 and G4, but it still handles everything really well. I tested the C2 with a variety of content, and the picture quality was fantastic, especially for the price. The colors were vibrant, and the contrast was excellent, with deep blacks and bright highlights. It might not get as bright as some of the more expensive OLED on this list, but for most people, it's more than bright enough. I also tested it with gaming, and the 120Hz refresh rate made for smooth, responsive gameplay with no input lag. Comparing the C2 to the LG C3, the C3 does offer better brightness and slightly better processing power, but the C2 is a fantastic option if you're on a budget. The biggest downside to the C2 is that it lacks some of the advanced features of the more expensive models, but at $1,300, it's hard to beat in terms of value. That wraps up our review of the best OLED TVs on the market right now. I hope you found this review helpful in deciding which TV is the best fit for you. If you did, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more tech reviews and recommendations, and remember to check out the links to all these TVs in the description below for the latest prices and deals. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.